Hey! Hi, Estefania. So we're here today at the studio of Estefania Velez Rodriguez. And we are very excited to see her work. And also, she makes watercolor pans. Yes.
So I use a lot of Guerra's materials as well as Kremers, but you can see I use the powdered pigment. So there's Guerra's titanium white, as well as their more boutique colors.
Do you use dispersions also, or just the powder?
Oh yeah, I definitely use dispersions. It depends on the color. I also use like a talc or a chalk also, depending, because it also kind of stabilizes some of the pigments.
So Estefania, let's say, also teaches. Do you teach the painting processes?
I do.
At Pratt Institute, which is the same class I used to teach.
Yay!
So she started doing a lot of experimenting with materials and decided she was going to make watercolor pans, which you now actually sell to the public.
I do. I sell them to the public, and so I usually make a range of a color, so I'll have it. I never make just one pigment relationship. There's always something else with it, or else then you can just purchase that anywhere, right? If you just have a raw umber, that's okay, you could get that at many other locations. And so I always kind of twist and add different materials. So like if I have this umber, I might add a little bit of green or add a little bit of gold. And then I add different fillers. I also add iridescent.
Can you get those pans that have the iridescent in them that we were looking at? Those are so cool.
One of my favorite is Guerra's penny copper.
Oh yeah, I love that one too.
It's so beautiful.
I love that one.
And if you mix it with a blue pigment, it just really pops, which is color theory. So yeah, we have some of these here.
So cool.
Yeah, and then I have like little paint outs of.
I love the little paint cards.
So
so nice.
You can tell what they'll look like when you paint with them.
Awesome.
And so they come with each color. Oh, that makes sense for a skull.
So many of these cool little packages.
Oh, actually, it's up there.
Okay. So, we lost it's too hot and the phone shut
It's
itself
very
off,
hot.
So we had to
102.
We had to start
Brave
videoing
souls,
again.
brave souls.
Let's see how much we get done. Okay, so let me make sure in case this shuts off again. Let's get a quick pan of the
That's
studio.
funny. I had such comical working conditions for so long. I'm like,
You're like, this is fine. This is normal.
Yeah.
Work everywhere. Wow,
That's
so
funny.
cool.
What do you mean 102?
Estefania has a show up right now at Marc Straus
at Marc
Gallery.
Straus, the one in the Lower East Side location.
And does it have paintings similar to this?
Yes, we have 3 chunky paintings, which are 99% Guerra material.
Cool. Love chunky.
And you can see just kind of like the gloss versus the matte, the texture.
So cool.
And so we have the black magnum material.
Yes.
Mixed in, so sparkly, so nice and thick, beautiful.
And holoceramic
And the
sphere as we
hollow
pinpointed.
ceramic
Yeah.
spheres. So if you guys want to buy these from Guerra, they are awesome. We support.
Yeah, those are really cool
local
things.
business.
They're very lightweight.
Very lightweight,
Yeah.
and then it's the liquid dispersions that we use here from Guerra as well. So
Plugging us.
plug it. And yeah, so then I have oil paintings that are made with a walnut oil, and I use a lot of Kremer materials to kind of make that paint feeling.
Tell us about your subject matter.
Yeah, so I was born in Mayaguez, Puerto Rico, and my family's in Ponce, and I go visit my grandmother who's still there, and I photograph certain places near her house. So there's the Valdoriotti Cemetery, and so I take a lot of images from the cemetery. This is Puerto Rico in San Germán, Puerto Rico, and so there. This is from Ponce. It's like a cement patio wall, and so they're mostly autobiographical, or they have a sense of place in them, but they're abstracted. So I hope that anyone can relate to it, even if they don't I hope that people feel the painting versus have to feel like they have to relate to the subject all the way.
Yeah, that's
But-
definitely going on.
Yeah, so it has a feeling and a memory for me, but I try to make it abstracted and open-ended so that it becomes about the painting as well. Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, they really
Thank you
are.
for coming.
Mhm.
It's been really great.
And what is
that
going on
one's
in this
also
one?
from a cemetery. Let me see
Oh,
if I
wow.
can squish by and show you. So sorry. A photograph of the.
So beautiful.
So here's the source image.
Oh, cool.
So then you can kind of see it come together.
Oh, I love that. I love how you translated that.
Yeah. And then,
How about this red one that's on the floor?
Oh yes, this one is
behind
one of my
plastic, but we can still
favorite.
see it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite paintings, and
Ooh.
it's of Mexico. It's of a aqueduct in the Chapultepec Park in Cuernavaca. And I have a source for that too, and so I try to abstract using certain notions in abstraction.
Oh, cool.
And
That's
so,
beautiful.
yeah, and most of this is handmade and then some Sennelier oil paint, but most of it's handmade, hand mixed, and then I tube, and then I'm mixing with those. I made the white with like a zinc white
Mhm.
and titanium white, and I also use titanium buff a lot to kind of.
So do you just
warm it
hand
up.
mull the pigment on like a glass
yep,
smuller?
I
Yeah.
hand mill the pigment, and then I add different dispersion aids to make
Mhm.
sure that it works, because a lot of the reds are very hard to work with, but they make such a beautiful color.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to figure out, and sometimes it doesn't dry. Like that's something I'm trying to learn, is how to have a better drying rate.
Which one are you talking about?
For the all the reds actually.
Oh, really? All?
Yeah, all of them. Like I just have trouble.
Organics, right? Just all organic.
Yeah,
organics.
yeah, it's tough.
They tend to have a relatively large surface area, not the particle size, but the surface area makes it hard to work with.
Yeah, you were teaching me about, or Sarah and
Oh,
somebody.
I don't teach anything.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
stop.
Sarah was talking to me about the particle shape, right? Because I couldn't mill a type of metal. It wasn't technically a pigment, but some type of metal powder. And I think you were telling me it was a cone versus a sphere.
The pigments are very different from
Right.
like a metal powder that's more
Right.
of
Exactly.
an
you
aggregate,
can't grind
really.
metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody was teaching me
The
about.
pigments are actually little crystal structures,
Right.
and they're all magnetized and stuck together, and they need to be separated.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Infuriating.
Infuriating,
Yeah.
did you say? Infuriating.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Difficult
I think
process.
It's incredible to ask local makers, because I'm teaching myself in a
Mhm.
way, and I have a few good books, but I have to ask a lot of questions because there's a lot of things that I'm not a chemist.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of things that I'm not sure why it doesn't work, and then I have to ask. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I tried this. It seemed like it would work, but
So ask. It's fine.
yeah, no, it's great.
It's all about
It's
asking
really good.
questions.
We should all ask,
Yeah.
the people that know.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Well, I love that you handcraft everything, and that you're so
Yeah.
interested in
Beautiful.
being in
It's
tune with the
really
materials.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And yeah, let's plug Estefania. She's selling these beautiful watercolors, and go
Thank
see
you
her
so
show.
much.
Yes, at Marc Straus Gallery.
All right, let's
I
get over
love
there.
I love all your watercolor pins. They're so awesome. All right, thank you,
Thank you.
Estefania.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Estefania.
Hi, how's it going?
All right, I thought it'd be funny to film you for a second.
Oh my God.
We just had our studio visit.
Yeah.
Oh, she's coming to
In the
shop.
flesh. Oh yes. So exciting.
We're here today at Marc Straus Gallery at 299 Grand Street. And we are here to follow up our studio visit with Estefania with the actual show that she has here at Marc Straus Gallery. Hi, Estefania. It's a group show. The title of the show again?
Past tense, future perfect.
Past tense, future perfect. Love that title. Let's look at these. Oh, and let's say hi to your little doggy. Yes. Hi, Cashew. You're so cute. She's a 6-month-old puppy. Yes, he's so cute. Okay. So yeah, let's tell us about these textural works, because we forgot to talk about ultralight when we were in your studio.
Yes, we did. So these 3 paintings that are in the show are 3 of 7 works that I have here, all paintings that are showing, and I use Guerra paint and pigments quite heavily. Yeah, and so these 3 paintings are quite exclusively Guerra material, and so you can see that all of them have a little bit of a different surface quality.
Let me get up in on that.
Yeah, so I have like the penny copper glitter, I have the hollow ceramic spheres, I have ultralight, I have chalk, and various materials, as well as the liquid pigment dispersions from Guerra.
Here. Cool. And would these be like details of some of your other...
Yes, so I have, let me pull up the photograph, but the source image comes from, for these it's actually from Mexico, from my time in Mexico, and there was this rock wall, and the rock wall was quite ancient, or it had like a different type of cementing or different type of structure. And it was really fascinating to me just because it was a different type of like architectural space, and it seemed quite old. And on top of it, somebody had spray painted. So it was something that's very contemporary, something that we use often here. And so I was very interested in this kind of folding of time with this really old rock wall along with this contemporary spray medium. And so this work, small rocks tagged with graffiti, were born. I've made about 12 paintings of this subject matter. And so it's fairly abstract, but even when you see the source image, it's not so organized like how we think of architectural rock walls or spaces now. Like they're kind of gridded out. This one was weaving and moving through space, and it was really, really interesting.
I love what you just said about folding time.
Yeah. Well, it's just very strange to kind of see something that is so old from a culture that's been around for so much longer than our contemporary American culture, and then seeing our 2024, 2020 twist. With this painting, you can see that the surface quality of all of the material is a little bit more varied than the first two. So all of the kind of glossy marks are a urethane paint from Guerra binder, binder. And then all of the matte ones are more of the ultralight. And then I add mixed materials, hollow ceramic spheres, penny copper, chalks, just anything that I have in my studio. Also has a little bit of tire iron and a black tire rubber, and you have a black magnum.
Black Magnum, yeah.
Yeah,
That's in there too?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
in there
so
as
many
well.
things.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, and so.
And are you using dry as well as liquid pigment dispersion?
Yeah, so I am. I sometimes use other companies as well. I use material from various companies, but for these 3 paintings, all of the binder comes from Guerra, and so I think it's the best acrylic binders that you can buy in order to make your own paint.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
So
so
we try
it's-
to do like super industrial strength, so you can do
It's
a lot with
very
it.
strong. It never falls apart.
Never. That will never, ever.
No, it's a very good product, and you can really have your own personality and twist with it because you're making your own paint from these binders. So even though I'm sharing some of the materials that I use, the way that other artists would use them would obviously be different.
Yeah, so everyone's got their own techniques.
Absolutely.
that's
So
why-
I don't use a brush at all.
Cool.
Yeah, so I use other materials. I don't use a brush, and I keep the texture as much as I can. But I'm really looking for that surface quality. Like the silica and the urethane are also very like self-leveling. They don't leave a brush stroke. Where the urethane, the ultralight definitely is a little bit stiffer. It's lighter, but it's stiffer, and so it holds all the marks of whatever material you're using, and it's also matte. and it also slightly tints the pigment. And so I'm
it's very white.
It's
Not
very
that there's
white.
white pigment in there, but the material,
Right, the
matting
material,
agent is
the,
white.
exactly.
Yeah.
All matting agents in acrylics are white anyways, no matter what company you use. But Guerra, I've noticed, is the best because it doesn't move. It doesn't move as much once you actually paint with it. So I've experimented with a lot of different
Yes,
materials.
once again, Estefania is a professor of materials and techniques at Pratt, the same class I used to teach, so we have that in common. And we both like experimenting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the best part of like making anything, right? I think it's that journey of what does a material do and what am I trying to say? And you can't try to say something without the correct material.
It's true.
Because then that gets confused. Like you have to have the material work for you in order to tell the story you're trying to tell.
It's true.
And so
Our slogan is master your materials. So we
yes,
we really,
I absolutely agree with that.
believe that, if you really experiment with materials, you can discover things that you might not have before.
Oh yeah. And I mean, look at this like type of like texture and different surface qualities. Like all of that changes the way that you perceive the painting or how you relate to it.
So cool.
Right? And that's very different than like the pink one. You know, the pink one is more so one binder, and then I'm mixing Guerra pigments and kind of harmonizing the color, but all the surface quality is the same, right? It's all matte. It's all about the same textural quality. It all has the same type of mark making or stroke from the material. And so you can see that experimenting changes the way that you relate. And then what do I want to be shiny? What do I want to be matte? You know, what parts of it do I want to feel like it's in movement or relating to each other? What parts are kind of disparate and change your relationship to it?
Yeah.
So the material makes the painting.
Oh, no, you make the painting,
Well,
but the material
we make it
is
together.
part of it. You make it together. That's so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for speaking to that.
It's good to.
I love this series altogether. Did you work on them simultaneously?
No, so that's a good question too. These are spanning, I started with this material in 2022 and it's 2025 currently. So some of the paintings I went back into from 2022 and I think one of them is from 2023. So it's kind of like something that I've been working on for a while. And everything that looks like sand is not sand. It's hollow ceramic spheres.
We love that material.
Yeah, it's a great material. It's much lighter than sand.
And they're round spheres.
And they're round
so
spheres.
They level out a little more than aggregate.
It's easy to also disperse into a binder because it's not so heavy.
Right.
And so it doesn't like clump. So again, these are material things that if you don't experiment with many things, you don't realize what works better for you in that type of binder or the thing that makes the paint hold together to the surface and to itself.
Right.
So
The thing that makes the paint hold together and to the surface and to itself. Yes, exactly correct. Thank you very much. Let's look at your other work. I know that this is the work that primarily has our stuff, but I want to see all your work that's here.
Absolutely.
And of course, the other artwork in this show is incredible too. And we just found out that Caleb Weiss is having an amazing show up upstairs, and he's a big customer of ours.
Yeah, I'm sure there's many Guerra people in here that we haven't been able to talk to.
And Jean Silverthorne, she has a piece over in the corner there, and she has gotten a lot of phosphorescent glow-in-the-dark stuff.
Yeah. So these paintings are oil paintings. When I paint with oil, I use another system from another company that allows artists to make their own paint. So I use Kremer more so. But I mix Kremer and Guerra often.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay, right?
It's okay.
And so these, I've made a lot of the paint myself, and all of the kind of fluorescent colors are still oil. So I think people, when they see like the saturation of the color, they tend to think, oh, these are acrylic paintings. But no, I'm able to kind of use a dispersing aid in order to make the fluorescent pigment work with an oil binder. It's not that friendly, but I've
fluorescents are difficult.
they're very difficult, and so this saturation is purposeful, and I've worked it out.
The fluorescents aren't like regular old pigments, they're dyes that
They're-
are in soluble resin, and they don't behave.
They
the same
really
way.
don't behave. They also don't dry, especially like fluorescent yellow. When you try to mix it into an oil paint, it just like took about 6 weeks to dry, so over a month. And so I will tell you that some of these paintings, although they're kind of expressive, the material is fussy, and so I would love to share that the saturation is purposeful, and it's handmade paint so that I can have these colors in an oil where they usually don't exist commercially as an oil paint. Yeah.
This is a beautiful painting.
Thank you so much.
Is this also a detail of something?
Yeah, so all of my work comes from either where I'm from in Puerto Rico, where I was born in Mayaguez, but my family's in Ponce, and my grandmother is still there. A lot of other family have moved out of the island, but I have some family that are still there. And so this is a cross image of my aunt's patio in Peñuelas,
Oh,
and I am looking at the source image for you. I have a little album. So this is one of the parts of the painting. So it's the gate or the railing, and then the light coming through from all of the trees onto the cement. So that's kind of this side that you have speckled. And then I also have this source image, and this is from a cemetery near my grandmother's house. That's quite a famous cemetery of politicians that were for the independence of Puerto Rico in Ponce.
oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's quite historical source image, but it's also personal.
So are
to
you
me.
mixing those two images together in
Yeah.
this painting? I see.
So I'm mixing the source images together, and then I'm trying to do light washes so that you can see the underpainting. And you can kind of see like that as the speckles of light that come through the trees and other areas, and then these other little speckles have a little bit of cold wax medium to kind of give them that volume, and stiffness, kind of like the ultralight in the acrylics. Just to kind of show all those little speckles of flowers from the trees that fell onto the pavement.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
I love how you combine different elements together to come up with these really unique compositions.
Yeah, thank you. I love painting things that are from my own history or from my own experiences. Everything that I paint from is my own source image, so I'm not taking things from Google or from books. I read, of course, about different historical perspectives or different like context of place, but it's quite personal.
Yeah, clearly.
The things that I'm painting.
Love.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to this one.
This one is also all oil paint. Again, mixing my own really saturated kind of fluorescent colors into an oil paint itself. And the source image for this one is going to surprise you because everyone always thinks, because of the colors that I use, they think it's very bodily, which I agree. I don't disagree. But surprise, surprise, it's a volcanic rocks and river.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's the source image for it.
And how about your choice of color?
And so I always kind of harmonize and limit my color palette. I harmonize and limit because I'm trying to get as much as I can out of the tubes of paint that I make. And so I'll kind of harmonize with one through line color, which on this one was a red, like a studio pigment red. And then I was mixing it with like umbers and siennas and fluorescents and warm and cool whites. And so I'm making all of these paints and then tubing them in aluminum tubes, and then
I love this painting.
yeah, this
is so interesting
This
with
is
this right next to it.
Yeah, this is Loretta Violante. I hope I'm saying her name right. She's a really cool artist, and I really like that we're paired together. I feel like it works really well. And this is Rona, right? Rona.
Over there, yeah, the sculpture piece.
I love that
Rona
little
Pandit.
sculpture as well.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Are we allowed to walk under this? I'll walk around. But this piece is cool. It's paper pulp.
Yeah, I love the surface quality, how matte it is.
Interesting.
It's very, very interesting.
Here's Rhonda. All right. Yeah, let's talk. I'm
Yeah,
just
I'll go
loving the arch of this sculpture with the arches in your painting.
I also love the pairing. I feel like the curation was done really well.
Amazing.
Yeah. This is the oldest painting I have in the show. So this one is from 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a window that I kind of doubled over, and as you can see, they kind of meet in the middle. So you have kind of like almost like a Venn diagram of something that's separated, and then it comes together in the places where they overlap.
This is an oil painting too.
This is an oil
Yeah,
painting.
I can tell with these kinds of areas.
Oh yeah, with all the turpentine
Thinner, yeah.
or any type of thinner. I think at that time it was turpentine because I made it in Mexico. So I couldn't find Gamsol. So it was definitely mineral spirit based. This one is all fluorescent pink material, and it's all handmade oil paint. And I was organizing the painting through the temperature of the white. So some areas has a warm white, and so those will look a little bit more peachy. And then I used a cool white, a titanium white, in order to make the cooler, like more bright fluorescent.
So you're using zinc for the warm?
The zinc, yeah, it has a little bit of zinc, and it has a titanium buff as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a buff and a zinc. And sometimes I use a little bit of Blanc Fix to have the transparent white as well. So kind of mix a few different white pigments to kind of shift the temperature and also shift the transparency of the paint. And this is also from the cemetery that we talked about in the other painting. And so it's
many stones. I see so many stones.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you can see the crypts,
Yeah.
right? So you have the crypts,
Really cool.
the openings, and this is an aluminum top.
Oh.
And then you can see like the palm fronds and the overgrown plants over the crumbling brick walls, and they're crumbling down. And then this is like an abstraction of leaves and flowers. So it's just a very old cemetery that's decayed through time, but still has a lot of beauty and history in it. And so I'm trying to show the decay and the overgrowth, but also that there's a historical context, because you can see the architecture of where things were built and where the bodies were kept.
Wow. I love this show. I love your work. Thank you so much for spending time with us. Estefania Velez Rodriguez. Please come see her show. All of this work, this whole show is amazing. And upstairs is also an incredible show. Thank you, Estefania.
Thank you.
Okay, Marc Straus Gallery.
Thank you,
Bye.
Marc Straus Gallery.